Good morning, happy Wednesday. Welcome to a new reading vlog, a new reading week, and a readathon. I am participating in this round of Buzzwordathon that's hosted by Books and Lala. She's the creator of Buzzwordathon, and she has a co-host as well this time. I'll leave everything linked down below, including my TBR. We are off to a fantastic start because none of the books on my Buzzwordathon TBR are available to me to read. We're off just a brilliant start here. I had ordered 2 of the books from Book Outlet because they were available to order, and the third one wasn't. And 2 of the books I figured I would really like and would like to have part of my collection. The third one I requested from my library. The library request hasn't come in yet, which it might still come in today. Everything else that I've requested has come in, so it might still be available for me to pick up today. And I have no idea where my Book Outlet order is. I have not a clue. I'm gonna say all of these things to you and watch. Everything's gonna come in today. I'm gonna have an overabundance of stuff and everything will be fine. Also, it's a readathon, so it's not like it's like solving any world crisis right now. But so in order to kind of help things a little bit, I did note that one of the books, I Let You Go, was available at my current library and didn't need to be brought in from anywhere else. So I went ahead and requested that. Hopefully I can pick that up today. So at least I'll have something to read this afternoon. Now I haven't updated you guys. You guys haven't seen my face in a few days, which, I mean, a few days to like, whatever. It is Wednesday. I normally start reading vlogs on Monday, but I wanted the Buzzwordathon to be like a cohesive vlog. So we're doing a 1.5 week long vlog here to cover the entirety of Buzzwordathon and then a couple days after that ends. And I have been reading. I will be finishing shortly in the next probably couple of minutes. City of Dark Magic by Magnus Flight. This book is probably one of the weirdest, strangest books I've read in a long time. It is, it's just weird. There's so much going on. You kind of get flung into the story at the outset and it doesn't really ever stop. Like, the pacing is so fast. It's 450 pages and the pace, like, it is 450 pages of almost non-stop action. The bits that aren't action are like maybe 1 or 2 pages at the most, and then you're right back into the action. And it's just weird. And then there's sex, a lot of that, in random spots that start in really weird bits. So I don't know, it's one of the weirdest books that I've read, but it also is like interesting, maybe. I don't know if interesting is really the right way. It's captured my attention. I didn't put it down, even though the first 50 pages I was like, I don't know what the hell is going on. People are just dying and bodies are dropping, and you know, so there is that. I have no idea what I'm gonna rate it. Probably a 3 out of 5 stars. But it wasn't a bad read. And like I said, I've got like 20 pages. I think I'm gonna finish it up real quick before we go to playgroup. So that's my long-winded, here's what's up, happy reading vlog for ya. Good afternoon. I am back. It's still Wednesday and I have an update of sorts for you guys. Reading update. I finished City of Dark Magic before we left this morning. I think I'm sitting at like a 3 out of 5 stars as a rating. It was just a really weird book, if you ask me honestly. Obviously I enjoyed it because I read it all the way to the end, and I don't have any like major, I mean, I have some complaints of like the realities of what was happening, but I don't have a lot of complaints. So there is that. I still don't know like what to even, like, I started out saying I have no idea what it was about. I still have like absolutely no clue. But overall, on the whole, it was like reading it was kind of like a guilty pleasure in a way. Like I was sitting there and I was like, I knew all the things that I didn't like about it, but something about it that I did still like. So there you go. I talked a little bit this morning about not knowing where my books were or what was going on in the library and all of that good stuff. So I have the things. First off, my first ever book outlet order came in. Finally, was a little worried about that one, but it's here, and it has 2 of the books that I need for the readathon. So we will unbox that in a minute, and then we're gonna talk about the library books that I picked up, because I did a little bit of damage at the library too. Damage being a relative term because I didn't pay for any of the books. Like I checked them off from the library, so they're gonna go back. First off, I got Christopher Robin. I'm really excited to watch this again and have the kids watch it. There's a reason that we checked it out right now instead of just waiting the extra 2 weeks to get our copy. We'll talk about that next week. But as far as the books go, the first book, so this is gonna be, it's ironic that I pulled this up first. I put this in my request list because I didn't know when my book outlet order was gonna come, because I actually purchased this book. So I wanted to go ahead and make sure that I at least had one of these. And that is I Let You Go by Claire McIntosh. This is one of the books that I picked for the Buzzwordathon readathon. And the other book that I picked for that readathon is this one, Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng. I read Little Fires Everywhere. I loved Little Fires Everywhere. This is her first one. Little Fires Everywhere was her second one. So I'm really looking forward to picking this up over the next week. I also picked up Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Sheena McGuire. This is the second book in the Wayward Children series. I read the first book as part of Borrow-a-thon. Really actually did enjoy it. It was a little too short, but I want to try and continue on and see what happens and see if they get kind of better, if we get a better gist for it. I picked up I'll See You in Paris. This is also for the Buzzwordathon because, like I said, I didn't know when this was going to come in, so I wanted to make sure I had a couple different options. I didn't know that Everything I Never Told You was at the library, so I picked up an extra one just in case. I also picked up I Am No One You Know by Joyce Carol Oates. These are a series of short stories, again, just to make sure I had a couple books for the readathon because I didn't want to read this afternoon and not have it count towards Buzzwordathon. This one I picked up just based on what it is. I have no idea what it's even about, but the title has me really, really, really intrigued, and that is The Confessions of Mycroft Holmes. That was all I really needed to see. I'm a little bit Sherlock obsessed. Not quite sure. It's an engaging mystery and illuminating story about family secrets and identity. There we go. Fun times. I wonder if maybe the main character is somehow distantly related to Mycroft Holmes. That would be interesting. And then the last book that I picked up is Kate Atkinson's Life After Life. This is one that I'm intrigued enough to pick up from the library, but I don't really know if I'm gonna like it. I have heard little bits here and there in different circles about the book. Some people love it, some people hate it. I'm intrigued. Basically, I think the premise is a woman is living a life over and over and over again, I think. Anyway, I'm intrigued enough to do it. Let's get into the books that I purchased and have finally come in. That would be, so you'll see a theme here. Let me see if I can pull these out. Okay, so the first one, I Let You Go by Claire McIntosh. We already talked about that. And then the other one is This Is Where I Leave You by Jonathan Tropper. This is a comedy novel, like a family melodrama. Thought it would be good to go in between the thriller mystery and like the family drama of Celeste Ng. So there are those two. I also got The Thing Around Your Neck by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I read Americana by Chimamanda last year and I enjoyed it. So I wanted to get another book, and I believe these are a collection of her a collection of short stories. And it explores the ties that bind men and women, parents and children, Africa and the United States. She does this beautiful thing of combining her, of combining Africa and the United States in her stories and their cultures and their people and how they're perceived, how they're handled, you know, prejudices, racism and all that stuff. She does a great job at melding them, not just Africa and the United States, but within Africa as well. So it's very, very interesting. I also picked up The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out of the Window and Disappeared. This was a recommendation. I'm really like a lot of the books that I'm picking up have beveled edges, and I don't really know how I feel about that. Anyway, this literally just says a reluctant centenarian with a life much like Forrest Gump's, if Gump were an explosive expert with a fondness for vodka, decides it's not too late to start over. And it just sounds like a really hearty, like, feel-good story. Anyway, and then I got I got more than two, gosh. Okay, so then I got 15-minute German, learn in just 12 weeks. I think this should be fairly obvious. We're living in Germany. I would like to get a little bit better with the language before too long. I picked up Shadow of the Lions by Christopher Swan. I'm not quite sure why I picked this up. Oh, this is a boarding school novel around teachers, so not students, but the teachers at a boarding school. And I'm very intrigued. It involves, I should clarify that, they were students, now they're teachers, and we're in the time period where they're teachers. So very interested in that boarding school narrative. Love that. I picked up Celebrations, Rituals of Peace and Prayer by Maya Angelou. I really just love Maya Angelou, and I'm excited to have this little collection of poetry by her. I would like to eventually collect all of her poetry at some point. One of those things I'd like to do. And then the last book I have in here is Trauma and Recovery, The Aftermath of Violence from Domestic Abuse to Political Terror. Trauma has been something that I've been studying a little bit more lately. So I'm glad. I also have, these are the two books that I'm looking forward to reading coming up here pretty soon. The Body Keeps a Score by Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, and then this one, Trauma and Recovery by Judith Herman. So very much looking forward to reading that. And that is all I have for you guys right now. That were like part of my original TBR are these three. Everything I Never Told You, I Let You Go, This Is Where I Leave You. I think I'm gonna start with Everything I Never Told You this afternoon. I think it's a relatively short story, I should say, on the whole. Yeah, it's about 300 pages, roughly. So I'm gonna start here and just kind of go from there, see how far I can get. So these are the three that I'm determined to read. And then good morning, happy Thursday. So I got off my reading vlog update yesterday, all positive. I was gonna get so much reading done. I wanted to read 100 to 150 pages yesterday afternoon. And then probably about 30 minutes after I did my reading vlog update yesterday, I got an absolutely horrendous migraine and ended up hiding under a blanket for most of the afternoon. And it didn't actually end up subsiding until like 9:30 was the first time that I feel like I could like focus and think clearly. So yeah, I think I read about 50 pages yesterday total of Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng. Not the best start to the readathon that I wanted, but that's okay. We're good. We have like 8 days to read 3 books. I can do that. So I've been doing a little bit of reading this morning. I tried to do a little clip of it if I could, but my kids were needing things here and there. So I've read about 10 pages so far this morning, so not a lot. But I plan, after doing this update, I plan on getting all of us kind of ready for the day, and then doing some reading until we leave. We do have to go run a couple errands, but those errands involve a lot of driving to and from where we need to go, so I'm hopeful I can get a decent amount of driving done on the ride. I'm still nursing like a little bit of this migraine, so so much better than yesterday. Medicine is working so much better today than it did yesterday, but I'm still nursing like a little bit of it. So it's kind of playing a role into my reading speed right now. But my goal for today is to get to like page 175, page 200 of this book. This book is only, I think, 290 pages, 292 somewhere in there, I think. So I'm hopeful I can finish it in the next couple days and start something different. I don't know. It's a readathon. You're supposed to like read. And this time, unlike Borrowathon, this time my schedule is actually well and truly clear. So I can just read. I don't have any blog posts to write. I don't have any of that stuff to do. So yes. Hello, good afternoon. It is, what's today? Thursday. It's quite a bit later than I updated you guys this morning. It's almost 6 o'clock in the evening. I'm actually making dinner right now, but I figured it would be a good chance to just take a minute and update you guys on my reading, because I've done quite a bit of it today. It was on page, I got into page 50 last night of Everything I Never Told You, and then this morning I got into page 60 of Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng, and I am now currently on page 172 because I can't stop reading. It is really, really good. Obviously it's Celeste Ng, so it's a really good story, really good characters, well developed, and I'm just really, really enjoying this. A lot, obviously, because I haven't stopped reading it yet. That's really my update. I just wanted to come on and let you guys know that I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm loving it. I'm probably not going to update you guys again this evening unless I finish the book tonight. Don't know that I'm going to do that. I'm over halfway through, so if I don't finish it tonight, I'll definitely be finishing it tomorrow, which is really exciting. Way to kick the potential rough start, turn it back around into a good start to this readathon. Good morning, happy Friday. I just finished Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng. So good. Such an incredible story of grief, of family dynamics, of coping with loss, parenthood, of childhood, of everything. But it's so incredible. 5 out of 5 stars. I practically read it in one day. It was that good. I couldn't stop yesterday. First book of the readathon down. What a start. Good morning. Happy Saturday. We are about to leave to go do a little exploring, but I figured I'd come on here and do a real quick update before I montage a whole bunch of stuff of what we've done today. I am currently on page 160 of This Is Where I Leave You by Jonathan Tropper. I am loving this. Goodreads tells me that I'm almost 50% through, so I think I'm gonna finish it probably today or tomorrow. So we're on a good roll here, but I am loving this. Such a good book. It has just the right like bits of humor mixed with grief. It's just like the right combination. And I mean, it helps that I was raised in a Jewish family, so I know all about sitting Shiva and all that good stuff, so that kind of helps too. So the comedic bits of that really like play into everything as well. And yeah, that's all I've got right now. Cue a montage of everything that we're doing today. or evening. Good evening. It is many hours later since I updated you guys this morning. We went to some castle ruins today, which I took you along with me. And that was pretty much it. We didn't really do it. We went and did a little like shopping trip, kind of. We went and walked around a couple stores. A nice, just fun, relaxing, easy day out with beautiful view and some fun ruins to wander through. And I've gotten a fair amount of reading done this afternoon. This is Where I Leave You by Jonathan Tropper. I am currently on page 252. I've got a little under 100 pages to go. I may actually end up finishing this book tonight, which would be another pretty much one-day read book. It's only 7:17 and I have, like I said, less than 100 pages left of this. So if I do, that's 2 books in like 3 days. Because yes, I need to toot my own horn right there. I am still really enjoying This Is Where I Leave You. I think I'm sitting right now at like a 4 star. There are parts, it goes in between like these really comedic funny moments and then these like moments of melancholy, which I can understand because of where our character is in this life. But sometimes those moments of like him thinking back to his childhood and all that are a little slow. So that kind of plays into my rating scale a little bit of it. But right now I'm sitting at a solid 4 stars. So happy Sunday! It is Sunday afternoon because I did not update you guys this morning because we had a bit of a slow Sunday morning. It's Father's Day. And we just took it easy this morning, nice and slow. I've already got everything that I need to do for today done. I've already gone to the grocery store. I've already done all my schedule and everything for next week to look and see where my days are at and all that good stuff. So I am ready. It's 12:50 and I'm ready to sit down and spend the rest of my day reading. I'm super pumped because I feel like I've gotten a lot of reading done. I last night finished This Is Where I Leave You by Jonathan Tropper. I settled on a 4 out of 5 stars. There were some bits, the romance bits, that I kind of was a little bit like at the end, the very end, the way everything kind of concluded. But overall I really enjoyed it. It had the right combination of humor and comedy with the melancholy, with the melodrama. It was great with that. So today I'm going to start my 3rd and final planned book of Buzzwordathon, I Let You Go by Claire McIntosh, and I'm really looking forward to this. This is a really big paperback. As a side note, this is a really big one. This book is 370 pages. So it's the longest out of the 3 books that I picked for Buzzwordathon, but it is, from my understanding, a thriller. So this will be fun. It says, chilling and emotional, claustrophobic and atmospheric. This is the international bestseller that everyone is talking about. And yeah, looking forward to this one. I'm going to start it this afternoon. We're having a kind of gray, rainy, cool day. So it's like the perfect atmosphere to like curl up with a chilling read. So looking forward to that. And I'll let you guys know where I'm at in a few hours. I'll try and update you guys a little bit better today. I know I did not yesterday. I feel like I always start really strong in all of my reading vlogs, and then like as the week and time goes on, it just like tumbles down. Good evening. It is a few hours later. I have been reading I Let You Go by Claire McIntosh. I'm currently on page 88. It's a little bit slow going for me, not gonna lie. I think they're trying to speed the timeline up but not speed the timeline up, so we're trying to move into the future of the story without just saying it's been 2 years, like, kind of thing. Not that the timeline's that long, but they're trying to move the story along without moving the story along, making it work. It's kind of a little slow in that manner, but I think we're getting ready to have a couple of situations come up. I think we're getting ready to have a couple reveals, to dig a little bit deeper into the mystery, to which I'm very much looking forward to. My goal this evening, because it's a little bit slower going for me, my goal this evening is to make it to the end of part 1, which will put me around 160. We'll see if I can do that. It's only 8 o'clock, so I mean, I've got time, but I have to be up kind of early tomorrow, so who knows. Anyway, that's my update for now, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Hello, good afternoon, happy Monday. I don't think I've updated you guys at all today, so we're off to a grand start. We have just been, I don't even know. We went for a play date and some mom time this morning with some new friends, and when we got home it was just lunchtime, nap time and quiet time, reading time, and I've been reading ever since. Basically, I haven't stopped. I'm gonna go through my thoughts rather quickly because I have dinner on, so I need to go get it, but this is like literally the only time I have to like be able to update you guys, and I want to update you guys before I get any further because I feel like I've already got a lot of thoughts swirling in my head and I want to get them out before I like finish the book, because Lord knows that's going to be sometime here very soon. I made it to page 160 last night. I'm now on page 262. We had a really nice twist last night of like our viewpoint. Claire McIntosh is doing a really good job at like framing viewpoints to where you're kind of like, but what? Like, she's done a really great job at doing that. However, I am now sitting at a point where I feel like it's a little bit predictable. Like, I've kind of already sussed out the story, and I feel like unless there isn't a masterful twist at the very end, which I'm kind of suspecting what said twist may be, this has become a very predictable end to this story. Now, I still have 100 more pages to go, so I don't know if that is going to hold true, like to continue to hold true or not. But I feel like at this stage of the game, in this thriller mystery novel, it is predictable. I liked the viewpoint shift. I like that we kind of like got this like, what viewpoint shift that I read last night around the 150, 160 page mark. I liked that. Yeah, beyond that though, I feel like it's starting to get a little predictable. We'll see. Like I said, I still have 100 pages left. Who knows what's gonna happen. I am very excited that I'm falling very deep into this. Buzzwordathon ends tomorrow, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little worried about whether or not I was gonna actually be able to complete all 3 books, considering I had just started I Let You Go like Saturday, and I hadn't really gotten a lot of reading done, and I have fallen very much into the story. Don't let my like thoughts of predictableness betray you, I don't know what the word is, stop you from picking it up, because I have fallen very much into the story, and I think that's very telling by the fact that I've read 100 pages. Like, I've been reading fairly quickly. Even if I didn't have Buzzwordathon, I still feel like I'd be reading at this pace for this book. But yeah, Buzzwordathon ends tomorrow, and I'm hopeful that I will actually finish this tomorrow at the latest. We'll see how much reading I get done tonight, but I'm very hopeful that I can actually accomplish and finish the entire TBR that I have set out for myself in the time of the readathon. It'll be my second of this year. Borrowathon didn't go exactly according to plan, but that's okay. But I think this one is. And so yeah. Hello, good afternoon, happy Tuesday. 2 things. As always, I apologize for any background noise. Both fans are currently going. It is hot as ever in our hotel room, so I'm not turning them off. Sorry. I will try and eliminate the background noise if it's really bad in editing. Second thing, oh, sorry for the lighting, although it doesn't look actually that bad. hot as crap, so that means everything's shut. It's just what it is. I do have a reading update for you guys. I have a lot to tell you. We have had one heck of a day. We went to the library for their little summer reading kickoff. They do a challenge over the summer months to read a lot. If you hit a certain number, or a certain amount of minutes or something, you get a prize. So that's exciting. And you know me, love for a challenge. So we went and stopped by their kickoff event for just a little bit, not long. The boys were not behaving, so we just dipped in and dipped out, which is a shame because we were hoping to spend some time with some friends, but it is what it is. Of course, I checked out a couple books. I checked out a couple for the boys, which are already like off to their respective reading bits. But I'll tell you what I checked out before we get into all the rest of it. I checked out Stephen King's Everything's Eventual, 14, I guess it's 1408. I don't know if it's just Everything's Eventual. Yeah, I think it's just Everything's Eventual. These are 14 dark short stories. I'm very, very excited to get into another Stephen King. I've heard really good things about this one, about this bind up of these short stories, so I'm excited. And then I also picked up, on a whim, this was like one of those things that I was like, I've been meaning to read this book and pick it up, and I just haven't. It just keeps falling through the cracks. So I picked up Bellman and Black by Diane Setterfield. I've read 2 of Diane Setterfield's books before. I loved both of them, rated them very highly. This one, from what I can see on the reviews, is very like hit or miss with people. More so than her other ones. Diane Setterfield is very hit or miss as it is. And Bellman and Black, out of all of them, is the one that I'm seeing the most hit or miss. So I'll definitely be getting into that one here soon because I had started reading it while we were at the park and let the boys run off some steam, and I'd started reading it. So I finished late last night. I Let You Go by Claire McIntosh. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really, really enjoyed I Let You Go. I found though the twists, with one exception, which I found an unnecessary exception, the twists were fairly predictable, and I felt like it kind of concluded, I don't know, I felt like it was one of those ones that was like perfect, that could have been left so perfectly open-ended, that I wish she would have done that. But otherwise, I really, really loved the book. It obviously kept me invested in the entire time, because again, I think I read it in only 2 or 3 days, which is incredible considering it's like 350 pages. That's my reading update. I have successfully completed my entire TBR for Buzzwordathon, and I'm gonna call it good because it ends today, so we're just gonna like say peace out. I did it. So I'm really pleased with that. And now my reading plans are a little bit open-ended, not entirely, kind of, sort of. I have a rough idea of like the order that I want to read my next couple books in. These are the 3 books that I want to read within the next week, and that is Normal People by Sally Rooney, Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Sheena McGuire, and The Confessions of Mycroft Holmes by Marcel Thoreau. Here's the thing. We are moving house next week. So I'm kind of thinking light, short, easy would be like kind of where I need to hang out. And kind of where I'm leaning towards. But I also picked up Bellman and Black by Diane Setterfield, and I did start reading just a smidge of it while we were at the park. So what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna try a chapter of each of the books and see which one is kind of calling to me the most, because Bellman and Black was interesting, but it wasn't like capturing my attention entirely. So we're just gonna keep trying a chapter. I have actually finished the first 2 chapters of Bellman and Black. I guess I got further at the park than I thought I did. I'm intrigued, but I don't know that I want to read it right now. Alright, I have finished the first chapter of The Confessions of Mycroft Holmes. Again, I'm intrigued. Not really sure if I want to like read it now. We'll see. I have done the first little bit of Normal People by Sally Rooney, unless Down Among the Sticks and Bones like really just does something to me. Normal People is going to be the next book that I pick up. I really actually enjoyed that little snippet. Alright, so ignore everything I've just said because I am going to just go ahead and read Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Shani McGuire. 2 reasons. One, this first chapter is just so brilliant. Like, I actually really like this one. I felt Every Heart a Doorway was average-ish. I think I was like somewhere in the 3.5 star range, I think. I don't know, I have to go back and look. But I still really enjoyed it enough to continue on. These are a series of novellas about children who come back from other worlds. So think like Alice in Wonderland, fairy tale type situations where other worlds are involved. This picks up where the second book, not where it ends, but we follow the backstory of 2 of the very important characters in the first one, and I am just really excited for it. These are quick reads. I read them in like a day. So there's that too. I mean, this will be quick and easy for me to get through, so that, I mean, that plays a role into it too, I'm not gonna lie. Hello, happy Thursday. Gosh, I just start off such a good start here. I did not update you guys yesterday because yesterday was kind of a wasted day. Like, I didn't accomplish anything. I did very minimal reading and I just didn't really get up to much. Today has been the complete opposite, hence why I'm updating you guys. I'm currently making dinner, but today I have finished a book. I'm going to be starting another book, and I've managed to do a slew of other things that needed to get done, blog posts and such. So I'm feeling very pleased. So I finished Down Among the Sticks and Bones. I liked it more than Every Heart a Doorway. I think it's just the perspective we get. We're seeing Jack and Jill's story and their time in their like portal world, and I really enjoyed that. It was quite interesting to learn about. I do feel like, I don't know, I was gonna say I felt like it was rushed and we didn't get enough time, but looking back on it, I think she did the right thing by like rushing through it, because she made a very good point. Like, we could tell you a million times over what they did every day, but that would be boring. Why would you want to hear that? It's the same thing. And that I liked. So I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars because I liked it more than Every Heart a Doorway. I've gone ahead and put a hold on the next 2 books, the books 3 and 4. I can't remember both of their titles, but I went and put holds on those, so waiting for those to come through my library. And I'm going to start Normal People by Sally Rooney tonight. I'm excited. In my try chapter tag, this was the second one that I really like enjoyed and thought was going to be up my alley, so I'm going to start that tonight. My goal is to finish that by Sunday. Will that happen? I don't know. I have like a couple more things to do tonight before I like power everything down, just so that I don't have to do them tomorrow and I can spend all day tomorrow reading and spending time with my kids and whatever. But it's also raining right now, and y'all know I love to read when it's raining. I love to open the windows and read. Unfortunately, we can't open the windows because it's raining quite hard, or at least it was. I think it's slowed down a little bit now, and we might be able to open everything back up. But I'm gonna try and just do like 30 more minutes of things on the computer and then sit down and read the rest of the evening. So. Good morning, happy Thursday. Again, apologize for the fans, there's a dog barking. This is the last reading vlog that you guys will have to listen to this, I promise. Good morning, happy Friday. We are off to a rip-roaring start over here. I've got my tea. This is my raspberry and Scottish breakfast blend combination. I talked about it in a blog post. I'll link it down below for you. Really enjoying it. I need to order more actually. But I figured I'd come on here and start the weekend of reading off. I think you guys are a little crooked. I'm sorry if you are. So, reading update. I am currently reading Normal People by Sally Rooney. I am on page 94. I am really actually enjoying this book quite a lot. It's beautifully written. It's a very straightforward novel, but it has a lot of nuance that kind of like comes in here. So we've got kind of the whole socioeconomic rich girl poor boy dynamic. We've got the we're in school and the awkward kind of like school thing, but then in all of it, so there's all of this, and then but in all of that it's still very much straightforward. Okay, I had to change angles there for you a minute. So it's very much like straightforward, no nonsense, but there's so much nuance within it that I'm really enjoying it, which sounds like a total like not even right thing, but there we go. I also love that we're seeing them mature. So I think we're only gonna follow them for like a short period of time. So we're following them from their last year of what we in the States would consider high school, but it takes place in Ireland, so it's a little bit different. So we're following from that time, and I think we follow them through maybe a couple years of college, and it's not continuous, so you're jumping 3 months, 2 weeks, 1 day, like it's not a continuous thing. So I really like that. And of course her writing is gorgeous. This is making me like, I think I might want to check out her other book too. Like I said, I'm only 90 something pages in and I'm loving it so far. It is just a really enjoyable read. It's more than just like what I would pick up for fun reading, which I'm pleasantly surprised and pleased about. Good afternoon. It's been a few hours since I talked to you guys this morning. We went for a little walk, and then we've pretty much just been chilling in the hotel. I've done a lot of reading. I'm currently on page 188. I was gonna wait until I finish this chapter, but I just figured now's as good a time as any. Both kids are quiet, and the husband's off translating things. So anyway, I figured I would come on here and let you guys know my thoughts. As of now, I am still really, really enjoying Normal People by Sally Rooney. It is a coming of age story about two people and them coming of age together and apart, and the dynamics of their friendship and their more than friendship, and their relationships with others and each other, and how our backgrounds can affect our present. It has a lot of social commentary, and I'm just really, really enjoying it. It's not like something that I've really read before. Typically, honestly, I kind of shy away from coming of age novels because I feel like they kind of follow along the same track of stuff, and I don't really care for them very much, but this one has been quite interesting, and I've really actually enjoyed reading it. So I'm gonna keep reading it. We're going out to dinner tonight with some friends, so I won't be reading after dinner, but I'm gonna try and get a little bit more reading done now. I don't think I'll have any problem finishing this by Sunday. Good afternoon, happy Saturday. It is already midday on Saturday. I'm not even sorry about it. We had a little bit of a sleep in this morning because we had a late night last night going out to dinner with friends and such. So we slept in this morning and it was kind of glorious. And I've been kind of like taking it easy, drinking tea, getting some reading done. I'm almost done with Normal People by Sally Rooney. I only have like 30, 40 pages left, I think, if that. Probably not even if that. I'm still really, really enjoying this book. I feel like it's one of those books that I love which is odd because I'm not a really big coming of age story kind of person, but I love it. But it's not one that I would recommend to a lot of people because I feel like it has a very specific audience of people who would actually truly find it enjoyable. But I love how straightforward a lot of the content is but it's still like heavily, I don't even know how to like say it, but I'm really enjoying it. Like I said, I'm almost done, and I've really bonded with our characters. Marianne kind of makes me a little aggravated, but I think some of her is just being a product of her childhood and her situation, which is very interesting to look at either of, like, what does our childhood play a role into our future? What does our economic status play a role into our future? What does our way of life, the people that we interact with, the people that we hang out with and spend our time with, how does that affect our future? And I also like that we're only covering like a very short period of these characters' lives. We're following them in their final year of what it would be probably considered high school in the UK, until a couple years into college. So it's not like we're spanning this whole span of their life and we're jumping around in the timeline. So you're not there for their day-to-day. You're there like an event happens and they're 2 weeks later and they're kind of reflecting on what you've met. I just really enjoy that. It's a very unique way of presenting the story, and I think in a way it makes it a much more interesting read because you're not getting like the day-to-day mundane stuff. So it makes you feel like everything that you're reading is truly actually important, and I feel like that helps with kind of focusing on what you're reading. So overall, I'm really enjoying this one. I am kind of excited to finish it, just to see kind of where we end. Are we gonna end in a full circle, or are we just gonna kind of drop off the way we just kind of jumped in? So I'm interested to see how that works out. And yeah, I think I'm gonna finish this here this afternoon, which meets my original goal. I'd wanted to finish it by Sunday. So that's really exciting. And I actually think I'm just gonna end the reading vlog whenever I end Normal People. I feel like this reading vlog is already super duper long. So, and I haven't even like imported any of the footage or looked at it, so. Hello, good evening. It is a few hours later and I'm coming on here to end the reading vlog. I finished Normal People. I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. I found the last like 20 to 30 pages to be like a good climactic moment for the book. However, I found the ending to be a little, it wasn't bad. Again, it's another book that I wish could have been a little bit more open-ended. It was fairly open-ended, and I would totally read another book following these same two characters coming back together. You're dealing with two characters who are linked to each other and forever just keep coming back to each other, and so much more than that. I have to figure out a way. I've got to like articulate my thoughts a little bit better. I am going to do a full review post on this book, so my thoughts will hopefully be a little bit better articulated than that. Articulated. Excuse me, speech is not my forte today apparently. But overall I did really enjoy it. It surprised me and I loved it for that. I hope that you guys enjoyed this extended readathon reading vlog. I'm pretty pleased. Through this entire week and a half I've read 5 books, which is incredible. That's all I've got. I will talk to you guys next time. Thank you for watching.